Yo, what is up? What is up? What is up, people out there in YouTube land? Glad to see y'all back on this fine evening on Sunday night. We ain't had no flights around here in a long time, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here on the live, I said like 8 times. So we ain't had a lot of airplanes flying around, none of that shit. So what's up? What's up, Dennis? Yo, I ain't heard no helicopters. Probably like one every now and then, but I ain't seen no air traffic, y'all. None at all. And I find it kind of odd, suspiciously odd. And I don't know what, but shit. I do know one thing.
The quality of this video was very bad, and the audio was very difficult to hear. The quality of this video was very bad, and the audio was very difficult to hear. So I remastered the audio.
Are you gonna play it?
This video that I'm about to show you guys really did open my eyes.
All right, modern scholars disagree regarding Pythagoras' education and influences, but they do agree that around 530 BC, he traveled to Croton in southern Italy, where he founded a school in which initiates were
playing
sworn
it for
to
me, but it is
secrecy
for you
and
guys.
lived the communal.
I'm gonna just do one. Yo, what up? Yeah, buddy. As long as this stuff stop tweaking. Hold on, I'm gonna be back. Don't go nowhere. Okay, y'all? I'll be back. See if it works. Oh. Right. We back.
The quality of this video was very bad, and the audio was very difficult to hear. So I remastered the audio and tried to clean up the visuals a bit, because some of the information you're about to see has never been seen before.
Symbols are powerful. Did you know that? Especially to the occultists, symbols are very powerful. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about words and symbols. I want to talk to you about dates and all kinds of mysterious things like that. I want to qualify some of this in a moment. This is something for which I've been interviewed by U.S. congressmen, including Congressman Bob Ney, by U.S. senators, including U.S. Senator Rod Grams, by the History Channel, by dozens of radio and television shows, and even by members of the 33rd Degree Free Council themselves, and they have not refuted one time. I also believe that these forces can be powerful. Do you believe that we war against occultic forces? And do you believe that they also sometimes can be powerful? They can be persuasive. Timothy gives us that example where Moses withstood by the Egyptian magicians Jannes and Jambres. And Moses is sent by God to go and stand before Pharaoh, and he takes a rod with him, and he gives him miracles to support God's demand that he let his people go, and if he doesn't, this plague or that plague is going to happen. And yet here are these magicians in ancient Egypt who can can mimic most of the miracles that are performed by God at the hand of
Yo,
Moses.
what
They can
up,
be very
Art? What up?
powerful.
What
We also
up?
learn in Revelation 13 that when the Antichrist and the beast appear, they will have the power to call fire down from out of heaven at their command. Occultic forces are in the world. They can be very powerful. And here is the mystery. They also seem to know something about times and dispensations. And that is quite a mystery. The example I give there is where Jesus went into the valley of Gadara. And the wild men of Gadara come running up out of the caves. These demoniacs come running out of the cave, and they say to Jesus, "What have we to do with thee, Jesus?"
Yo, AB, what it do? Let me post this link real quick for everybody. All my guys want to come up. Post. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's all. Guest settings, green room. Yeah, I got right. Get into some more of these conspiracy.
This video that I'm about to show you guys really did open my eyes up and kind of had my jaw drop. This video showed up on my For You page at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm absolutely sorry, but this really opened my fucking eyes up. Let me know your personal thoughts in the comments, but I'm just
Grand Rise and
trying to get
AB,
over
what
this.
it do?
Who is the Antichrist? I've got this question a lot in my DMs so many times, so I figured I would address who I believe it is. A lot of people message me saying they know for sure it's Trump. A lot of people message me and say that they know for sure it's Obama. Understand something, the Antichrist is not going to be a hated person at first. Revelation 13 talks about how the Antichrist will be loved and worshipped and followed all across the world. Everyone's going to love this man at first. Before I get into it, I want you to understand everything that God does, Satan mimics in his own little ways. Just as God sent Jesus to die on the cross for all of our
Stay
sins,
medicated.
Satan will also send his son, the Antichrist. So no, I do not think that it will be Trump because a lot of people hate that man. I don't think that it will be Obama because a lot of people hate that man. I do, however, believe the Antichrist will be this man right here, Mr. Beast. Also, the Bible refers to the Antichrist as the Beast. He is literally the biggest social media influencer of all time. The whole entire world pretty much knows who this man is. Out of all this man's main YouTube channels, he has over 450 million subscribers. It doesn't even include all of these other subscribers I'm fixing to show you. He has channels for people in Mexico that speak Spanish. He has channels for all of these different countries. Here's his channel for people in Brazil. Keep in mind, I did not add any of these subscribers up. Remember, the whole world will love this man at first. Here's him in Africa building over 100 wells for these people. Very nice and generous of him, right? Here's him giving over 100 houses away. Very, very generous of this man, right? Keep in mind, the whole world is loving and praising this man for all the great, generous things he's doing. Let's dig deeper because it's about to get very interesting. Isn't it funny that he said he would run for president and everybody is behind him, backing him, saying, hey, man, we would support you. You're so good.
Mamma mia.
Let's take a look.
I like his hand gestures. You can tell he's Italian.
And the beast I saw was like a leopard.
Hey, you got abuse stuff, bro.
And his mouth was like a lion's mouth. And to it, the dragon gave his power and his throne and great authority. Satan gives him his power. Remember, the head of a leopard and the mouth of a lion. The name Mr. Beast alone should be a major red flag. The Bible describes the Antichrist as the beast. Keep in mind, this dude could have picked any name, anything, but he calls himself Mr. Beast. Now, here's a part that's really about to make you scratch your head. Remember when I said in the very beginning,
that God sent his son Jesus to die on the cross for our sins. We are his children. Those that believe in me will not perish. All you have to do is believe in him if you want eternal life. Just listen. Well, Satan will send his son, the Antichrist. And the Antichrist, the Bible says, will force all great, free, small, rich, powerful. It doesn't matter who you are. You will all be forced to receive a mark on your right hand or your forehead. And those that do not get it will be persecuted. When you accept this mark, you become part of Satan's. There is no going back. Your eternity is sealed. And if you don't get this mark, you get persecuted. When you take this mark, you literally become a child of Satan's. Now, this is Mr. Beast's girlfriend, Thea. And Thea wrote a book. Out of all the titles this woman could have chose, just wait, it's going to blow your mind. She writes a book called The Marked Children, where children are born with magical marks on their bodies. If that doesn't make you sit and scratch your head, I honestly don't know what to tell you. Oh man, look how nice he is. Over 1,000 blind people can see again. Sounds pretty biblical to me, huh? The Bible says that the Antichrist will be wounded by the sword, but yet he lives. In other words, he will suffer a fatal wound and come back to life. When he comes back to life, that is when Satan will enter him. For everyone saying, oh no, Mr. Beast is just too nice, he would never do anything like this, Satan himself was once an angel. I'm not saying 100% that he is the Antichrist, but he's a very great candidate to be one. I could keep going on and on with reasons as to why I think he is the Antichrist, but unfortunately, I got to get back to work. Maybe I'll post a part 2 later on, but if you watch this whole video, I love each and every one of y'all, and peace.
Hey,
A lot of
I'm just
it,
saying.
you can look at the clouds and see whatever you want to see. It's like I see a pony, but I see a horse. I see a dinosaur.
You
I
can
see
say that.
dinosaurs.
You can say that. But this dude's giving out too much, not getting enough in return. You know what I'm saying? I want to know where he got his humble beginnings from, if they was really humble.
The Soros family.
Yeah.
No, that's where the funding comes from.
Well, I know that part. But I'm saying, we don't know who his parents are. We don't know where his origins. We know he comes from like the east of or like the states and shit. You know what I'm saying? The east side of the state. So he's from the East Coast.
It's just a DOD plant, man.
You can say DOD.
Department of Defense.
This is stuff. This stuff that
is intertwined with that.
The illuminated people figure. You know what I'm saying? Like these people go to these little group parties and stuff. We know this dude's a op. We know this dude's an industry plant. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to see. What industry it is what it's hard to see. We don't know who's doing it. We don't know who the puppeteer is. We just know the puppet.
Yep, and we know the people who are influenced by the puppet.
Yeah, but like I said, we the people are the influence. You know what I'm saying? We just have to find out who the puppeteer is. Once we find out who the puppet masters are, we can figure out where all the damn money's coming from. Once we figure out where all the money's coming from, we could take out the puppet masters.
The 0.2 of the population, my friend.
Hey, I'm saying is we need to cut the strings. I'm tired of being Pinocchios. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real boy. Shit.
It's just the 0.2 of the population in the world, man.
Yeah.
There's only one country that fits the bill. I'm not going to say it on stream.
Well, I'll say it since you don't want to. It's called Switzerland. So, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm on the same page, AB. I'm on the same page. We read the same book. You know what I'm saying? So I've been seeing these chapters just go by and shit. I'm wondering when the shit's gonna get interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like how she said.
Hey, I've been eating popcorn for the last years, man. We've been watching it. I mean, even this last couple of weeks with the attempted assassination, all that.
Yeah.
Watch your popcorn. Like it's a show.
It's a very good show. And the thing is, nobody's paying attention to the youths that are making all these plays now. Because all these dudes in New York and shit that are making all these tunnels, we ain't hearing about no shit no more. Where's all that? Huh?
Right.
What happened to all that? I want to know what happened to them. Because last time I checked, when I go to jail, I don't see no U's.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen it, but they
Greeks,
do
I've
have.
seen Greeks. I've had
Yeah.
Greek cellmates. I've had black cellmates, of course. I've had Mexican cellmates. I've had fucking Middle Eastern fucking cellmates, but I've never had any fucking U's, man.
But the funny thing is, they have kosher meals. Why? Are they trying to say something about the blacks that we don't know? Could be. I know when I go in there, if I don't get kosher, it's gonna be a vegetarian. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I used to trade off the things I didn't want off my tray and take the shit. I'd take it back and I'd cook it up with my commissary because I'd hustle up shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, buddy.
And I'd make my own food.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Nobody look. If you just
hustle in the pen, man.
Yeah, if you just cooking a butt naked noodle, man, you ain't doing it right. You ain't living life.
You don't know
Throw
what
some
you're doing.
sauce on that shit. Yeah, throw some peanut butter in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Stir fry that shit.
Working in the kitchen, dude. I remember taking back shit and making up big old pies for everybody, dude. Fucking,
bro.
You know, because we were in the kitchen pod, so we all had we all brought different shit, and all of us together made like a fucking killer ass meal.
Yep.
There's a lot of community that you realize that if you've never had it, you learn it in the pen. About how strangers and different creatures, creeds, religions, colors, it doesn't fucking matter. We're all in the same fucking place.
Yeah.
We're all in the same box, man. We gotta live together.
Yeah.
We gotta live together, man.
Say, I gotta smell your farts. You gotta smell my farts. We eat the same shit. Our farts smell different though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, you wanna play cards?
Hell no, I don't want to play no cards. I'll do some Tysons with you though. Come on. Hey, that's one thing I didn't do. I didn't like playing anything where it dealt with somebody else's contact. You know what I'm saying? I'm very no contact when I'm inside because I have a what do you call that?
When I was in Missouri in the pen there, dude, you know the index cards that you can get, the 3x5s?
Yeah.
I used to make them small and round out the corners, and I made 50 card decks of Magic cards, but I drew them up. Very basic bullshit. I got me and a young guy, we played Magic and fucking if we wanted new cards, we knew what the cards were. You know what I mean? You play it so long, you're like, I know what this is. Fireball, motherfucker. You know?
Yep. Hey, but that's why I be playing the One Piece because all it is a Japanese Magic the Gathering.
Dude, by the end of my time, I had 5 decks between me and the guy, and I when I was leaving, he left 2 weeks before me, and I had all the decks. I had all 5 decks, and I was leaving, and there's these people like, "Hey man, will you teach us how to play that? I will give you $20 in commissary to fucking give me those decks and teach us how to play." We love watching because they always watched us play.
Hell yeah. Hey, dude, Magic's fucking, dude, I ain't gonna front. We was playing that shit in the joint. You could get that shit on commissary sent in.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's not where I was at, man.
I was in a minimum.
Oh, we
even had keys to the doors and shit, man.
Oh, no, that's how Central was. I was in Pacific in NECC that's in Missouri is when I was there. So there was a Fulton there. Fulton is like where they tell you where you're gonna go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The classification place, and then they sent me to NECC.
Hell yeah.
That was the minimum. Yeah, you had a key for your room. Dude, I was an electrician there because I went to school for the shit, dude. They had an electrical fire over the power kettle, whatever the fuck it was. And I'm like, I could see it glowing, and I'm like, hey, yo, there's a fire going on, but you don't know it. And they're like, what? And I pointed it out. I'm like, I can fix that, but this is what I need. And they're like, hold on. And then they talked, and they're like, you're being transferred from the kitchen unit, because I was working in the kitchen, to the electrical unit. So now I'm actually getting paid by the prison. Mm-hmm. So I got paid by the prison $25 a week because I worked on all the electrical circuits for them. But we rewired the shit conduit, all that, fixed everything back. Dude, they use the fucking labor that's there. If you know what you're doing and you're willing to do it, they're gonna pay the money to get it done. It's kind of funny.
Well, since I'm in Illinois, half the people doing the grounds work in Springfield are convicts.
Yeah.
Got the IDOC joints on and everything, and the guards out there, you know what I'm saying? Fucking watering and cutting grass.
Well, I didn't want to do the, what do you call it anymore? Like, we're going to everybody's cell all the time because people are trying to get me to, like, shuttle shit all the time, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that shit either.
I did eventually was able to transfer or promotion. I was a tutor in the school there, and I helped, like, 25 guys get their GED. I was happy, like, just to be able to teach some people how to read, man. They didn't even know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, I had to learn on my own.
No, it's just nice to be able to, like, help. Like, when someone, like, all they need is direction. Like, that's all you end up ever having to give them. They just don't know where the fuck to go.
That's how it was. Like I said, I got my GED inside. I had to teach myself how to read and shit because I didn't want people reading my mail.
Yeah.
You know how it is, man. Like, that's some private shit, dude. I don't know if I want you knowing my shit.
I was reading by I think 7 is when I started reading.
Well, I am dyslexic, but I was worse back then. You know what I'm saying?
I used to be a really big book reader before all these cell phones and technology and stuff, because I would escape to the reality of the books, wherever they take you, man.
See, you got lucky. I was raised on the boob tube.
Well, that's the easy button.
Yeah, that's why I had the easy button. No dad, mom was at work all day. You know what I'm saying?
What I loved about books is I imagined more than what the TV would put out there.
Yeah, that's what I learned.
I had a more creative imagination in my mind reading these books than what a movie would give me.
Yeah, that's what I learned when I was in the joint and I taught myself how to read. It was dope. I'd read some fucking fantasy books and shit. Like, what the fuck am I? Why the fuck does this shit want? This shit's making me horny. I better stop. I can't read this no more. I'm like, when you start reading shit and that shit vividly in your mind, like you can picture that shit like that. I don't think this is a good book.
It's the wrong book for me.
This is the wrong book right now, man. I'm locked up.
I like that. I mean, like Philip Jose Farmer, he's a really underrated sci-fi writer. If you ever remember the Riverworld series, he wrote that. Like they had like a small mini series on Sci-Fi Channel back in the day. They tried to do. It's called Riverworld.
No, we were reading Tom Clancy's and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I never really. I read a lot of war novels, but they weren't that. They were just historical reverent. Like I liked a lot of nonfiction.
Yeah, I liked the. Well, I thought those were nonfiction.
No, those are all hypothetical bullshit.
That's what I thought.
Clancy, yeah, that's all.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. It is fiction. Fiction as fuck.
It's all fiction as fuck. That's Dirk Pitt. That's fucking whoever the hell you want to be. 007 or whatever.
But I started reading like the Quran and the Bible and all that shit too. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, this is.
Dude, read the biography on Grant.
This is the same book. They just took some books out of this book. That's what kind of fucked me up because I was a Buddhist and I'm like, dude, I ain't got shit else to do, so I started reading the books. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, this is the same book. And I'm like, dude, from the Buddhist teachings, this is the same shit we was teaching. Like y'all just got our shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure Buddhism was around a lot longer than both of them religions.
Or they all found them at the same source.
Yeah, Hermes Trismegistus.
Because believe it or not, I can take mushrooms in America, and somebody can take mushrooms in Nepal, and go to the same fucking place.
Yeah.
you know, and
I think that's the mycelium, though.
no, I just think it's a whole, it's the world we live in, man. It's a lot more than just us.
Yeah, buddy. I'm playing a video real quick.
Your teacher said both of you guys were acting up. Our teacher? What? Which one? Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor's a liar. I don't want to hear that. Little teeth Taylor. What are you? Yeah, he got little teeth. What does that? That man lost his baby teeth and got more baby teeth. You were acting up. He got underage teeth. He wants to know when you're going to start participating in class. And I want to know when he's going to start teething. This ain't the time. Get some adult teeth in that mouth. Derek, he said he's having a hard time with you. You know what else he has a hard time with? Derek, just understand. Jolly Ranchers. Miss Brenda also said you guys are misbehaving. Well, she got bad breath. Look, don't start. She got morning breath in the evening. Stop with all I heard she yawned and a bee flew into it and died. Me and Adam saw it when it happened. So you can listen to her if you want to. And I will. But hold your nose. Talk to her like this. Listen, I know you've been better off texting. Your principal said the same thing. That man got false teeth. What does that have to do? You know what false means, right? Derek, I don't want to. Not according to truth or fact. Or incorrect. Listen to me. He got false teeth. You're not listening. You expect him to tell the truth when he has 32 lies in his mouth? You got a point. Them false teeth are something else. Sometimes when he talks, his teeth don't even move. Yeah, that's because they don't believe the bullshit he's trying to say. They're like, you can say it if you want to, but I'm staying right here.
I just had to play that one. That was a funny one, man. That was a good one, you know what I'm saying? I needed a laugh, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you always got those face filters.
Yeah. Like I said, man, because the show it don't make sense unless you laughing, you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise they're going to be like, oh, this shit's real. No, it's all satire. You know what I'm saying? You just use it with a critical eye. And hopefully it's the third one, you know what I'm saying? Not the one that stink, the one that blink, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Let's play some more. I got some Pythagoras teachings. All
right. Modern scholars disagree regarding Pythagoras' education and influences, but they do agree that around 530 BC, he traveled to Croton in southern Italy, where he founded a school in which initiates were sworn to secrecy and lived a communal, ascetic lifestyle. Okay? So for those of you who don't know what ascetic is, I got you. I'll click on it. This is how you research something. Don't just jump over words when you look shit up. Dive into the words you might not be familiar with. All right? So what is asceticism? All right? Asceticism is the lifestyle characterized by abstinence from sensual pleasures, often for the purpose of pursuing greater spiritual goals. All right? Ascetics may withdraw from the world for their practices or continue to be part of their society, but typically adopt a frugal lifestyle, characterized by the renunciation of material possessions and physical pleasures. And they also spend time fasting while concentrating on the practices of religion or reflecting upon spiritual matters. Various individuals have also attempted an ascetic lifestyle to free themselves from addictions, some of them particular to modern life, such as alcohol, tobacco, drugs, entertainment, sex, food, etc., etc., etc. All right? Asceticism has been historically observed in many religious traditions, including Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and Pythagoreanism, and contemporary practices continue among some religious followers to this day. All right, so we're going to keep going on and on and on and on. Everybody keeps saying like it's we ain't going to about do the situation right now. But you have an understanding of what they mean when they say that they were sworn into secrecy, people that followed Pythagoras, and they were trying to live an ascetic lifestyle. So they were trying to meditate, they were trying to get away from, they were trying to master their chakras, basically what we do today. The awoken ones, we start fasting, we start meditating, we start breaking away from just using sex for pleasure. We're trying to get more into using it just to procreate, or where's an energy exchange to build one another or feed each other further downloads, or to manifest. All right, because sex magic is one of the best ways to manifest anything. All right, because the sexual energy is one of the most powerful forms of energy. The energy emitted from the solar plexus is one of the most powerful. This is how you got to think. This is how avatars get created. It starts with the soul selecting the parent. All right. So this lifestyle entailed a number of dietary prohibitions, traditionally said to have included vegetarianism, although modern scholars doubt that he ever advocated for complete vegetarianism. Okay. So this is who Pythagoras is. All right. So then they say the teachings of Pythagoras most securely identify with Pythagoras and metapsychosis. What is metapsychosis? Okay, so a lot of y'all don't know what metapsychosis is. You can look it up. Metapsychosis is like the transmigration of the soul. Okay, so from the flesh to recognizing yourself for what you are, which is a luminous being. All right. So what I'm saying out to say, I'm not gonna keep reading about this whole ass nigga that they made up anyway. All right, I'm saying out to say this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, buddy. Someone gotta be honest with us. They gonna lie. They gonna lie. But as long as you got cosmic dissonance, you be good.
Like, I don't wanna, and I feel like that's how I've been living my life. Yeah. Being like a slave to like my thoughts. And 98% of my thoughts ain't even my thoughts. It's something I seen on Twitter, heard on TV, something my mom told me when I was younger, something somebody else said me. So these thoughts are like,
they thoughts until you would figure out what you could do with the wisdom that you gained over the years, and then think about that stuff again. Then you could change. You know what I'm saying?
People have a frozen image of you that they think you're always going to be. Never let that image stay that image. That's the thing about, you got to let go, because they won't let go of how they see you. And then when you let it go of how you saw you, you had to change your self-image. You see yourself differently now. Now we can't relate. People will kill you to hold on to their older selves. Who you was has to die in order for who you're becoming to become. Be careful with the family members that you want to bring with you, because they will kill you to stay where the fuck they at. That's true. They will self-sabotage what you doing to stay where they at. They will snake you. They will become Brutus to stay where they at. That's how powerful the fear of success is. These motherfuckers is fighting demons, and your pain threshold is higher than theirs. So I don't know how my cousins feel. I don't know how my brothers feel. I know how I feel. I know time ain't no joke. So I don't have a tolerance for fake fraud, coonery, foolery. Winners have to lose losers, right? Like, we waste so much time. You lying to yourself. You want to be successful, you got to have a clear fucking vision on what it is that you want to do. And then what does it take to do what you want to do, and then do that and don't stop until you get there. That's success. Anybody tell you different is lying.
Lying to your face. But we gonna keep it 100 over here. Man. You know what I'm saying? Family don't lie to each other. Tell the truth. I don't be trying to fuck with nobody. I don't want nobody fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? As the Buddhists say, I am you and you are me. So if I want to treat you good, I'm gonna treat you good, because that's how I want you to treat me. But like I said, we ain't seen none of this shit.
Imagine a population so brainwashed that you could convince them to be terrified of a virus that they've never seen, while spraying them daily in broad daylight in the sky, only for them to deny it's happening to them because no one on TV told them it was.
And I like to remind y'all, today is a full moon, and right now that bitch is blood red, okay? And on a Sunday. So if you don't think something strange gonna happen, I guarantee something happened at 8 o'clock. Might be your time, might be my time. But shit, I know something happened. Because at the 128 mark, a lot of shit's gonna happen. And I'm a 1228 mark. So I know, you know what I'm saying? Nostradamus type shit. I'm trying to fulfill the shit with my own prophecies, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my shit in the line so that I can see the signs. I'm just trying to make it so that y'all can see that shit too. That motherfucking moon looking red to the motherfucker. God damn, that bitch is huge. But yeah, I'm so next flick we got right here. You know what I'm saying? No one, Jamal, y'all know how we do. Support.
Religion is the worship of Satan, not God. Religion is the worship, not just Christianity, all religion. That's why it divides people. It separates people. It takes your energy. It takes your money. It gives you false hopes. it gives you hope. Hope ain't real in the universe. Ain't no such thing as no motherfucking hope. Ain't no such thing as trying. Either it is or it isn't. If anybody tell you I'm working on some shit, it's a jinn in there. If anybody spellcast to say I'm trying, it's a jinn on them.
Oh man.
So Archon within that avatar. We are gods. We don't try to do shit. We do or we don't.
We do it. We American.
Ain't no such thing as hope.
American.
Either it is or it isn't.
Jay, what it do?
It's what got generations of us fucked up spiritually, hoping on some shit.
No steps for the hoteps.
When has hope ever worked in your life? In your real life, nigga?
Never.
Did you hope to pay your bills, nigga? No, nigga. You went and paid your bills.
Hell no.
Do you hope to raise your kids? No. You raise your kids.
Hell no.
Or you don't raise your kids.
That's why you got the Nikes on. Just do it.
You don't need no book to tell you that. So, this is how they do, because they are the seeds of Satan. Satan was the father of tricknology, for it is the weapon that he gave his creation. Never underestimate the power of a lie. You crazy? That's the worst weapon for a motherfucker to lie to you. I'd rather be around a murderer, a thief, than a liar. Because with a murderer, I know how he coming. He a killer, I know he gonna kill something. He a drug dealer, I know he gonna sell some drugs. He's religious, I know he's gonna worship God. He's a thief, he gonna steal some shit. But with a liar, you will never know how they coming. Never know how they coming. When they coming.
But the
where
devil is a lie.
Or even why
devil lie.
They are coming. Our oppressors, these human beings, are master manipulators.
Yes, sir.
Remember, family, how did they take this planet from you? They didn't come take it like no gorillas. Nigga, they didn't hop off the ship like no gangsters to say, we want this bitch, now let's war. No, they didn't. They came like the cowards they always been, nigga. They came deceptively. You see what I'm saying? Hi, y'all. We come in peace. Can y'all teach us? We love y'all. We worship y'all. We've never seen. Can we learn from you? Nigga, they sat down with us. They sat down. A section of them.
They did.
They were allowed to sit down with us. And let them scribe. We never had scribes. We didn't scribe shit. We inscribe.
Word of mouth.
We ain't got to scribe shit.
We
are Alpha and Omega. We didn't even talk using words. We used telepathy. We wasn't writing no motherfucking books. When I'm sitting here talking to y'all, do you see me with a book, nigga? Do you see me with a paper, nigga, at the podium, nigga, like your favorite pastor and Dr. Umar and these lying motherfuckers? Motherfucker got a whole book. Nigga, even in religion, nigga got a whole. You read from a book. Let the congregation. Deacon Jones, can you pass the collection plate around one time for me, brother, please? Thank you.
Thank you, constituent.
No. Fuck that. This how they bitch ass be, nigga. Nah, they want to mute some shit. I told y'all I was gonna talk my shit. Facts.
Talk your shit, big bro.
Alright, cool. That's what's up. You feel me? Y'all want to mute some shit, bitch? Y'all shouldn't have fucked with me, nigga. I'm now.
See, you got him angry. Fuck with him. You got him angry. Hey, just stay. I'm gonna go with you on that one. But I think the motherfuckers need to move them to a different state on one of them. You know, I don't think think he need to be where he at, because I think they probably put him under already. You never know, though.
You came into that cloud. Look up, look up. Okay, so.
Hey, y'all pay attention to the sun.
I'm sitting in my house.
This bitch got wings.
Right? You see me make a video of somebody or something in the sun. It's a clear day.
Oh, see it. It is so pretty.
I remind you all, right? Don't keep too much of meditation on what's going on up there. You just take a peek. I'm sorry.
You get the
pray about something to pray that. Too late to pray. Just a second, please. Once the map forms, it's too late to pray. That's the end of everything, as I said before inside. That's the end.
He said it's too late to pray.
Yeah, if you came into that cloud. Look on his phone. Look. Look on his phone. Look. I see it. You gotta put your glasses back on there.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but it just says something. Why is it fucking with the phone? Are they trying to talk through the phone?
Oh, it's bright now.
It looks like an eyeball to me. Staring at me, yo.
It's a serious sign, brother. This is serious.
You gotta full entire.
Tell you what, I'm looking up tomorrow. Especially since it's a full moon today. You know what I mean? Thank God I made it another one. Shit. Fucking cold world out there. I got smoke.
Do y'all remember how Rashad Jamal said how the planet used to look before? How Atlantis was a real thing?
Your water was this color like it be in the Caribbean. We created the crystals.
Hey, B, a fool with it. They don't, you know them ain't Pokemon, them magic. It's all magic together, creatures. They just gave us some new light beams.
Notice how the knowledge of free energy, meaning free electricity, is coming out now. Because this planet is getting back to what it used to be. They could literally pull
We're going back to
energy
source
out of thin
code.
air. Energy is all around us. Electricity is inside of us. Electricity, energy, same thing. This is a little explanation of what it was back then.
Many people believe that this is just a temple or a place of worship. But really, its true function is to gather natural energy from the ether and convert it into electricity.
Called the Tartarian Empire, and it was technologically far superior. They were able to convert atmospheric pressure into electricity, and as a result of unlimited free energy.
But did you know that in fact, those ancient temples was ancient technology? We don't build temples like this anymore. We don't build buildings like this anymore. Because what if I told you that these ain't even temples? These are power stations.
Have been scamming us into paying for electricity our entire life. Remember how they said they took this information out of the history books? Scientists now discover how to make electricity out of thin air. Whoa! So it's bad enough that y'all already got us paying to be on land, to drink water. This whole time y'all been lying about electricity, and now y'all want to talk about it and say y'all can make it come out of thin air. Stop the cap. Now they're even making things where you can get electricity from salt water.
This portable lantern converts salt water into energy, developed by Edina in collaboration with Wonder.
Yeah, y'all see that saltwater lamp? I'm about to get down with them. Probably like change that shit in some power generators, you feel me?
So you telling me I can get 45 days worth of light from the ocean? I bet you we was already doing this and they took it away from us. So they can make money off of us. Oh yeah, go ahead, work to pay your bills, to pay for electricity, that's free. Pay for water, that's free. Everything that is natural to this planet that's given to us, we gotta pay for it.
Water light works 24 hours a day. The process involves reaction of electrolytes with magnesium, which in turn produces electricity. The lanterns was designed specifically for the...
This whole time of people stressing. It's in Sedona, Arizona, called the Sedona Energy Vortex. This is what it looks like. Now, do you want to see what it looks like? Pulsating energy. Literally recharging.
Real talk right there. I know what she talking about. Get on it, y'all. Get on it.
All right, we're back in the book of Revelation with the keys to understanding, the 144,000. Revelations 14. And I looked, and lo, a Lamb stood on Mount Zion with 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, as the voice of great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. So only the people that have enough zeal and understanding from God, when they hear and they see, then they are instantly converted to know that as I rap praise and sing a new song with the Psalms, those are those of the languages of the earth who will grab hold first of the servant and what the servant has been given. It's not that the many people and the multitudes that come won't learn the songs, but there's a seal set for those who are really truthful, who are really innocent, who are really beloved, who are really like virgins unto the Lamb and have done the Lamb no harm, and have only believed the Lamb since they heard the Lamb and heard of him day one, and of the revelations and the signs and the wonders that were given unto him. Even those who never heard of such things before, like their virgins to the word of God. Even some that were waiting upon the Lord for so long for something that actually was, that they can be a witness of. And once they've heard and they've seen, then they know. John the Baptist was such a virgin that he was waiting upon the Lord to know all things. And he was preparing Israel by the baptism to return to a virginal state, to listen unto him and to the one that he pointed unto. Revelations 14. These are they which are not defiled with women, for they are virgins. Isaiah chapter 3. As for my people, children their oppressors, women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. So rather than following those paths, they follow the ambassador who sent the Lamb.
Just saying, man, you know, a lot of this stuff has to be connected to something. You know what I'm saying? So the more information you get, the more you know. And the more you know, the more you grow.
You listening at people that don't even know who they are. They not even comfortable with their sexuality. You don't even know who you are. You don't even know what you like. How can I let somebody that don't know what they like tell me what's wrong and what's right for me? Hey, what you eat don't make me shit, and what I eat don't make you shit.
But I know what's right. You know what I'm saying? So, get that info.
Most people understand that English, for the most part, is black magic. Information. They give us all the information. Well, break it into 2 syllables. Info.
Slow down. Just hold on.
You're going to follow me by the information I give you.
That's deep.
That's the magic that they use, right? They use the English language. Politician, magician. You ever thought about that? Politicians are basically ishins, magicians, with words. Word sorcery.
In words, if you put a S before it, is sword.
Sword. Cellular phone. Cellular connection, our cells connecting, transhumanism, it's all right in front of us, and they know it.
You get put in prison, you get put in a cell, and you're charged while you charge a cell.
Words have so much power because they have a lot of frequency in them. I mean, read the Bible, yes, you may not be Christian, you may not be religious, but God said, let there be light, and there was light. He said a word, and it turned on.
hidden.
Vibration.
So crypt, what is a crypt? It's a tomb.
Tomb, yeah.
Tomb, okay. So I'm going to go back to this. In 1666, what did they deem everyone to be? Dead at sea. The fire of 1666 in London, everyone was deemed to be dead at sea. Dead man. Currency. Dead at sea. Currency. We run on what they call maritime law or admiralty law. Citizenship. And crypto is what? Crypto. Cryptic money. Cryptocurrency. Dead man's currency. Go look up what the definition of persons is in Black's law. Person actually stands for corporation. All of your mail that comes from banks comes with your names in capital letters because it's corporate law. You're considered to be a what? A corporation, which is a corporation, dead or alive. Dead. Corp. Yes, it's a corp. And the only reason governments can go into debt is because, why? Well, because they are pulling bonds on all of the dead people.
Mortgage means death pledge. Mortgage is death. In Black law, human is monster. And
monster.
That's why you got monster, so you can get your job or your corporation to pay the taxes.
We live in the biggest Ponzi scheme I have ever experienced in my life.
Just say, man. Just to be in the world that we exist in, if you don't if you're not doing the RV thing where people are just buying an RV, decking it out like a home with the shower, bath, and all that shit with electricity, all that, solar power panels, all that shit. If you're not prepper like that, it's gonna be a hard world you live in. Because if you can't move from where the fuck you don't want to be, it's not gonna be what you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move around. Naturally, we were what we would call Romans, because we roamed these lands. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was Temeria, but we all roamed these lands because Rome started in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So, what's really the problem? Like, we do as the Romans do. They used to call the Indians that moved around, what do they call them? Seminoles, and the other ones used to just take teepees and just move around too, man. You know what I'm saying? And even the gypsies do that shit. Like, people weren't naturally supposed to stay in one section because it messed up that area, if you catch my drift. We were supposed to move around so that the area had enough time to recuperate and re-energize. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a land that has to nourish. If it has no nourishment, which is the only way that sunlight, grass, anything that grows and dies and regrows and stuff, that's nourishment for the earth. That's what we're supposed to tend to. You know what I'm saying? That's why we had the tents. All that shit, teepees. But I figure, like, shit, life be a lot simpler if we all had, like, vehicles, mobile home type shit. You know what I'm saying? Where we just rode around. Nobody could fuck with us and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we know the laws of the land, and that's what we go by. But, you know what I'm saying?
I could love you, but if the shit you got going on around you could cause harm to me or is disruptive to my peace, I'm gonna have to let you go do that. Cause I'm over here. And I love
Nomad, you right, Anthony. Nomad tribes. You know what I'm saying? But shit, all you gotta do is just know you're right.
Everyone talks about showing up every single day and doing the work. But no one talks about how sometimes it takes every ounce of you to do so. Everyone tells you to keep going, but no one talks about the courage it takes to persevere when you are this close to giving up. Everyone tells you to be gentle with yourself, but no one talks about how hard it is when your thoughts have become your worst enemy. Everyone talks about self-love, But no one mentions the inner chaos you must confront first due to all the times you were told you're not good enough. Focus on taking only the step ahead of you. You've come a long way, and that means everything. Keep believing in yourself, even when it feels impossible.
The universe doesn't want you to try harder. It wants you to breathe, let go, and be open to things being easier and more magical than you could ever imagine.
You can't ride your bikes down here.
Is there a law change?
What's that?
Is there a law change?
Yeah, you can't ride your bikes on the boardwalk.
When did that law change?
It's been a law for quite a while.
16.16.502 is the civic sectional code that states you can ride your bicycles around out here. So I don't know what law you're referring to.
Okay, you want to go that way? We can go that way.
You want to pull out your civic code and you want to look up the code. 16.16.502 states that you can ride your bicycle out here. So if you want to come out here, you want to tell people
exactly where.
The Rainbow Harbor Esplanade, which is this entire area that you just parted to. From all the way at the end down there to all the way this around here. That's Rainbow Harbor Esplanade, 15.15.
So did you get your law degree on Facebook, or where did you actually obtain that?
So do I have to have a law degree to be an informed citizen? Is that what you're saying? It's wrong to be informed. It's wrong to know the law. It's wrong to know your rights.
Where you got it.
I got it by knowing my rights. Is it wrong to know your rights as a citizen? Because last time I checked, when officers come and they try to invalidate your rights by telling you bullshit laws and enforcing their opinions, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to support the law. And when the law says that you can ride your bikes out here, you have no business coming up and harassing anyone telling them that they shouldn't ride their bikes.
Just know your rights, y'all. Like I said, man. Read up all the new city laws, all that shit. Yeah, he took that dude to church. That dude needed a preacher. He told him what it was. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like it, but he got the rundown of it. You know what I'm saying?
Democracy is a political system in which the people periodically, by majority vote at the polls, select their rulers. The rulers then have absolute power to make whatever laws they please by majority vote among themselves. In a constitutional republic, the people also, by majority vote at the polls, select rulers, who make laws by majority vote among themselves. But the rulers cannot make any laws they please because the Constitution severely restricts their lawmaking power. The ideal of a democracy is universal equality. The ideal of a constitutional republic is individual liberty. In this century, great strides have been made toward the goal of subverting our republic and transforming it into a democracy. The foremost tactic of the subverters is subversion of language. By calling America a democracy until people thoughtlessly accept and use the term, totalitarians have obscured the real meaning of American principles of government. The writers of the Constitution were anxious to safeguard liberty against dictatorship, monarchy they called it. But their chief anxiety was to protect the country against democracy. Edmund Randolph, delegate to the Constitutional Convention from Virginia, said the general object of the convention was to provide a cure for the follies and fury of democracy. Elbridge Gerry and Roger Sherman, delegates from Massachusetts and Connecticut, urged the Constitutional Convention to create a system to eliminate the evils that flow from the excess of democracy. Alexander Hamilton, delegate from New York, said, "We are now forming a Republican government. Real liberty is not found in democracy. If we incline too much to democracy, we shall soon shoot into a monarchy." John Adams, one of the giants of the American Revolutionary period, said, "Democracy will envy all, contend with all, endeavor to pull down all. And when by chance it happens to get the upper hand for a short time, democracy will be revengeful, bloody, and cruel." America was founded not as a democracy, but as a constitutional republic. We pledge allegiance to the republic, for which our flag stands, not to a democracy. The Constitution requires a republican form of government for all states, but does not mention democracy, and neither does the Declaration of Independence or the Bill of Rights. Franklin asked him what kind of government the convention had given America, and Franklin replied, "A republic, if you can keep it." Very old and very wise, Franklin saw through the mists of time to the day when Americans might trade their freedom in a constitutional republic for the promise of government guaranteed equality and security in a democracy. And beyond that, to the day when democracy inevitably degenerates into dictatorship, guaranteeing nothing but poverty, and serfdom for the people it robs and rules.
Hats off to him, you know. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, man, for the republic for which it stands, we the republic, we the people. You know what I'm saying? In order to form a perfect union, stand under God. So right now, the Democrats, shit.
I teach AP and Honors Economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do.
Wait a minute. Run that back.
I hope when I retire
Who was
from
that?
it, they say
Who's that
I
kid?
made this place a special place to come to.
Who's that nigga right there? Cause before I just saw that kid. What the fuck? Ain't that the dude that just got his motherfucking muffin cap blown back? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Tell you, man, BlackRock's a plant. Any of these world government organizations where they be going around fucking up shit and owning a lot of shit, man. Man.
Remember, knowledge is power for real. But wisdom, knowing how to apply that knowledge, makes you deadly. This, and then they already, let's go back to what I told you when we started the lecture. They already taught you to think a certain way in school. They taught you not to tap into here purposely. That's my whole point of telling y'all about what I told you when I started the lecture. Because when it comes to understanding the four phases of matter, it keeps you away from your magical abilities, and it keeps you away from what the fuck they doing right now and what's really going on right now with all the flooding. You only know the solid realm. So you have no clue what's going on around you right now. You don't see this. I see the war going on. I see the war. You feel me? I see the beams. I see the portals. I see a lot of stuff that I don't talk about because I know most can't see it.
Hey, but I see that shit. And if I could see that shit, y'all gonna see that shit too. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure to everybody. Cause look, half the time people don't realize that they don't understand something.
Remember, knowledge is power for real. But wisdom.
Like I said, they don't have that wisdom. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get the wisdom for the understanding of how to use the knowledge that they got. But you understand the knowledge that you obtain and how to use it, then the wisdom will take you where you gotta go. That's the whole problem with people nowadays. They don't have patience to follow.
Now everybody's getting on that frequency from the rip from 95. It's pouring in. The planet waking up. Fuck seeing this shit now. Hold on, what the fuck is that? Get the phone out. But this what they did to us. So the only evidence was left was the rip in the stratosphere. And that rip is what was able to help part the energies that started hitting us in 2018, 2019. They started pouring in even more. By 2020, it was over with. They back in here. So they had to come with the Hot Sauce 19, right? So these downloads are being pushed at a different rate right now because that hole is open. And we hear now. They hear now. They've been here, but they hear now. So the hole open, and you seeing all this wave of information just flow through. Downloads flowing in. Can't memories coming back, right?
Right. Hey. And how he put that just now makes me think back to what's at the bottom of Brazil and what's connected to Antarctica. They said there's a big dragon down there that is hibernating in the ice. Kind of like a crocodile. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a crocodile. And it has its nose out of the water. I want to show it to you, but I don't think I recorded it. I'll probably have it up probably tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably do it tomorrow because Monday I'll have the night. You know what I'm saying? I can probably do some shit. But we can do this right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some quotes. Said Nip said, "No pain worse than realizing the one you're in love with was sent to teach you a lesson." See, we go through stuff. We're not meant to be with people for a long time, but we're supposed to learn what we got for that short time. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing lasts forever, and only time will tell.
Greatest test that anything could withstand is time. Just give it time. It'll reveal itself.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's time. You have to cut your losses.
Every day I get up, I'm ready to just cut people off. I'm ready to throw away all the wrong relationships for all the right reasons. I'm on my mission. That's just me. I ain't got time to be playing.
Misdemeanor. I don't know at this point. Okay, well get the fuck on, bitch. You don't even know what crime you investigate. Misdemeanor or felony you investigate.
This nigga roasted all these people.
Yeah, if you ever put your hands on me again, it's gonna be consequences. Okay. Well, like I told you, if you put your hands on me again, it's gonna be dire consequences. Okay. Bitch ass motherfucker. I ain't under your authority, motherfucker. Okay. I can stand where the fuck I want to stand in public. Okay. But go ask the captain down there who put his hands on me. I beat the fuck out of him at McDonald's. Fuck, we all got guns, bitch. Walk across the street, get your bitch ass on, you coward motherfucker.
Not gonna follow my officer like that.
Man, he ain't your officer. What y'all fuck buddies? Y'all fucking buddies? You fucking buddies? You don't tell me where to stand, bitch. Hey, bro. Man, shut your bitch ass up. Turn that trash in. You trailer park ass obese bitch. Don't ask the captain down there in charge of video. Drug his ass at McDonald's. Drug his motherfucking ass about putting his hands on me. And all y'all will get the same treatment. Especially you and him, man. Because you think you tough.
This ain't your home.
Yeah.
Why don't you wait at your mom's house?
I can wait where I want to wait. Roll your eyes like a little fuck boy, did you? Roll your eyes like a little fuck boy down to the ground because you've been exposed, huh? Yeah. Why you worried about it? Why you worried about it, you drunk dope fiend? You too. You want some? I ain't think you did.
You drunk dope fiend, you want some too? You like, hell no, I want that. Roasting them boy, you gotta ask somebody, man. Know your rights. Know your rights.
You wake up and the bed is soaked with sweat. And it's cold outside. That means you have entered into the healing realm because that's the Kundalini energy. And a lot of the normal sleep patterns don't take you there because, remember I talked about in the other lectures how here's the doorway to the sleep realm. And this is the doorway to the sleep realm. And the more sleep you don't get, the more and more you come from the doorway. So you got to build up time to get back to that doorway. And it might take damn near a year before you get up in there because you've had years of not sleeping. So this is an actual dimension. It's just like initiation because you're trying to get to dream time. Remember that shit? So they shut down the dance clubs. You know what I'm saying? So the way it is, you might need a boost because the normal way don't get you in the doorway. Now, I done tried all this shit because I'm experimenting. But I found the blue pill on your ass, and I was up in the house, in my body, looking out my goddamn eye sockets. I said, look at this shit here. I was in my body, looking at my eye sockets. But remember, the ancient texts say that you are a nano being, a seed, which is your soul is down in the gastrointestinal tract. And when the soul rises up and sits into the seed, which is the pineal gland, you get a lumen. But the soul is a small seed. We're not talking about spirit, because everything got a spirit. But everything don't have a soul. Roaches got a spirit. A spirit is just what moves on the earth plane. So white people have spirits, but not necessarily souls. And goddamn niggas is debating now. So bad. With clones and all this stuff here and stuff. Because I remember, because you see some people ain't got no light. You see what I'm saying? You know when a person's soul is fucked up, when you have a person, they wash all day long, but something about them still be kind of dusty. You know how they say, you still look stank. You know what I'm saying? You can wash all day, they be washing 3, 4, 5 times a day, but it still got that little stink look to them. That's because something is fucked. That means the aura is not radiating because your goddamn soul ain't here.
And I could tell you, remember when I be talking about my evil twin? You know what I'm saying? He just so happens to not have one of those things we call a soul. Okay? I mean, he might pretend he do, but really, that's what people do who's just good at pretending. You know what I'm saying? He could be a good actor, but he don't got no soul. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I guess, he likes shiny things.
Dumb bitches flock to shiny things. That's how they get moved. If you're a bird, you're gonna go, oh, and then you're caught in their net.
You know what I'm saying?
The bitch want to run out with the kids, fuck all other niggas, have my daughter growing up being a hoe, having my sons in jail by the time they turn 14. Well, fuck it, bitch. That's your life. That's your fucking kids. You do that, bitch. There's gonna come a time when you can't have no kids, and you done fucked up all the kids you got. If we have 4 kids and a bitch take them kids and fuck them up, you know the good thing about being a man, bitch. Go have FOMO, nigga, and do right this time. All right. Go have FOMO and do right this time, nigga. Fuck you mean. I can't stand them motherfucking hoes who be out here taking kids. Then you wondering why the fuck all these little 20-year-old bitches want to go suck a 40-year-old dick. Nigga, they deprived of a goddamn man in their life. That's why. They turning their daughters into fucking hoes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of benefiting from it, but it's still wrong. It's still wrong. Every single bitch I fuck got daddy issues, I swear to you. I don't even like them niggas. They post
Hey, I don't know why, man. I miss my guy. I don't know what happened to him. He don't be making videos like he used to, man. Guess that nigga locked up, you know what I'm saying? But shit, it's fucked up.
Check this out, you guys. The ground is moving in Rancho Palos Verdes in California, y'all. They're saying that the ground is moving at a foot per week, y'all. A foot per week. Y'all do know California was once an island, right? This is why they keep talking about this fault line in California, and it looks like it's about to be an island again, y'all. Check this out.
An up-close look at the destruction in Rancho Palos Verdes caused by unprecedented land movement. Recent reports suggest the ground is moving about a foot per week. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf is live tonight after navigating through some of the most treacherous areas of that neighborhood. Matthew?
Christine, really unbelievable to see just how much this land has moved. Now, this road used to be up where our camera is now. I estimate probably 12 feet higher than where we are currently, and it's only getting worse out here. Fox 11 walking exclusively with experts viewing record-breaking land movement in Rancho Palos Verdes.
As you can see, their elevation was about 6 feet higher.
This neighborhood off Portuguese Bend, ground zero.
The gas line breaks about 3 times a week.
Gas a frequent smell. Homes and roads here cracking and sinking more every day.
You have to think to yourself, this isn't real. And that's how I feel here. I feel like I'm on a movie set, but in reality, this is 25 people's homes.
Drone video from the Alpha Structural team shows a giant separation of land cutting through the neighborhood.
This whole part, it just pulled away from over here. It opened up a chasm.
They have abandoned the underground water mains.
Water main pipes now above ground to prolong breaks.
There's the garden hose that goes up to their house to give them water.
A garden hose used to get water into a home. It would be challenging to walk upright.
Absolutely.
One homeowner climbing a rope to reach their house, but Friday, the driveway now possibly too steep even for that.
And in the last week, I think it's gotten so bad, they're actually packing up, it looks like, and moving along with the house across the street.
This area continues to drop roughly 12 feet in the last year or so. Just look at this home. It used to be street level, and now it's way down here.
As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. California was once an island and is about to be an island once again. They just built up around California to make it seem like it's connected with the other states. But y'all see what's happening to the planet right now, y'all. But let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Like, comment, and follow me on all these platforms, y'all. Let's continue to get this shift. Peace in.
Yeah, buddy. I'm just saying, man, a lot of this shit has to do with this shit that's coming down wherever they're fucking coming down at in Brazil / Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that shit's facing is towards Africa. The way those waves and shit, all that shit was coming, that shit's coming from where that shit was coming from. If you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? And then they said that the head of the thing moved. The head moved. But it's still above water. So when they talk about global warming, you know what I'm saying, heating up the atmosphere and all that shit, and the second sun starting to appear, what we're really seeing is the days of old coming back. And shit's about to get real biblical, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Shit about real biblical.
Artifacts tell of an ancient people that existed in North America before Columbus. The language symbols on the artifacts come from the Mediterranean: Egyptian hieroglyphics, Greek letters, and cuneiform writing. The artifacts were all discovered in the state of Michigan, at the center of the Great Lakes region. Thousands of artifacts, discovered in 17 counties over a span of more than 25 years. Labeled as frauds by scientists and investigators several times since their discovery. Yet, these artifacts continue to inspire independent researchers who are certain that the artifacts contain important historical facts. Facts that have profound religious and cultural implications. On many of the Michigan artifacts were images of what looked like biblical scenes, indicating a Judeo-Christian people had, at one time, inhabited Michigan. Wondered if the artifacts were connected to the lost tribes of Israel. Seeing the biblical images and the mysterious writings, Father Savage became committed to preserving the artifacts that promised an astounding historical tale. At the heart of the controversy about the Michigan relics is the question, how did these artifacts get here, and who made them? At the turn of the 20th century, it was commonly held by archaeologists that the oceans had acted as barriers to isolate the Americas from the rest of the world, and that the only cultures in North America, before Columbus, were Native American. And yet, these artifacts are clearly not Native American. Artifacts discovered in North America that are not of Native American origin are held up as strong evidence for the diffusionist point of view. Discovery of artifacts that could not be explained by the isolationist view have often been labeled as frauds by professional archaeologists or just left ignored and unexplained.
Did his thesis, of all things, on the languages, the Michigan tablet. This is the Michigan tablet. These are the actual characters. Now, we keep hearing how they're goofy characters, they make no sense, you know, they're this and they're that, but yet we find the very same characters right here in Central and South America. We find them on the Kinderhook plate in Illinois. So the hoaxers that did this, they came over to Southern Illinois and did this one too. And this is Egyptian characters. Again, another match. Here's Semitic. Here's Byblos. And then here's Crete and Mediterranean and Cyprus. For the guy who would hoax this material, he would have had to have knowledge of all these ancient languages to hoax the material. See, that's my point. It is so big. It is so grand that something out of there has to be genuine. And I think we need to look really carefully because this could be the largest, biggest archaeological tragedy in North America because of the quantity of material that has come out of Michigan.
Anybody can clearly see that they're religious, they're biblical in context, and they are what some people have said, yeah, they're scenes from the Bible. Okay. Given that, it'd be easy for anybody to see the flood and see the rebus with 4 rows of 10 squares that stands for 40, and then you see the symbol for a day. Oh, a circle. Oh, 40 days. Oh, it rained 40 days. So some of it is very easily read and understood.
David Deal's work revealed a startling new interpretation of the mystic symbol. Instead of being the IHS of Christian significance, it reads in Hebrew as YHW, which is the Hebrew spelling for the name of God.
Was completely deciphered by me after realizing that wherever I encountered it, they were using a Hebrew phrase or word, and they put it in Paleo-Hebrew, but Paleo-Hebrew disguised by the fact that it was done with a cuneiform nail.
Deal demonstrated the use of Hebrew on a clay tablet that was used for much of his research.
And here's where I got letter number 1, 2, 3. That's a YHW. And here I've got letter number 4, 5, and 6. Now, how do I do that? Well, the first letter I recognized was this one that looks kind of like a W. It's got 3 strokes going up. That letter is a classic Babylonian shin, which is an S, SH. This letter, that's the keth, the other H, the hard H. And my designer's eye tells me that that's an M done with cuneiform. You know how you take an M up, down, up, and down. But yeah, the M, the S, the sheen, and the keth, which is broken. But if you look at it very closely, you'll see the relationship of these 2 strokes. This one is brought up just like this one right here. There's a keth right there with a left-hand stroke pulled up. And then in that case, the word is M-S-H, Messiah, Mashiach. The theology of the Copts was a central deity named Yahu, a good son of the right hand named Yahu, Sabaoth, the good son, and an evil son of the left hand, brother to the other one, called Samael. Samael to them was the devil. Well, here's the theology, basic theology. Creator deity with 2 brother sons, one good, one bad. In 1895, a French translation of the Pistis Sophia, which is this Coptic Egyptian theological document, came into print, and not wide printing, wide distribution, but some distribution in France and in Europe. 3 years after Scofford was accused of creating the first of these artifacts. So you have to make your mind up yourself. Was Scofford able to convey this theology at a time when it was unknown in the world and it was not a standard Christian theology? How could he have put that in there? The answer to the question is clearly he could not. I see a consistent theology and letter forms that never existed before in anyone's world, invented by these people. And why would they invent these new alphabets? Very clear reason why. There was a thing in the beginning of the 4th century called the Arian dispute. And the Arian dispute was basically Bishop Arius of Alexandria disagreed with Emperor Constantine's approach on the Trinity. And the emperor wanted there to be a Trinity, which he succeeded in achieving. And Bishop Arius was the subject of the Nicene Council in Turkey in 325 AD, when it was determined that the nature of the Messiah was the same as the Father. They were the same nature, whereas Bishop Arius held that they were of different natures, different substance. The Son was a created being, created by the Father as an angel first. Totally different than Constantine's idea of a Trinity, ever-present, co-equal Trinity Godhead, which is what he conceived. So Bishop Arius and his followers were in a lot of trouble in the Eastern Mediterranean, Southern Mediterranean, around the beginning of the 4th century to the middle, first quarter of the 4th century. But they were ensconced in Egypt, and they were ripped out at the time of the Arian dispute.
You know that good son and bad son sounded a lot like I don't know if you guys ever watched the Winchesters Supernatural, but Dean and Sam. You know what I'm saying? Samuel was the brother, Samael, and Dean. was the older brother who was the good brother. Sam was the bad brother. He like drinking devil or demon blood and shit like that. Something was wrong with that kid. But ended up Dean helped his brother purge himself of the devil and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird because what it is like he said, they're his sons. You know what I'm saying? And their dad died, but taught them how to hunt the demons and all that stuff of the world. I don't know, like spoiler alert. I don't know if people be watching Supernatural anymore. I watch that shit. I watch a lot of shit. Some of that stuff has some relevancy though. I kind of retained it over time for some reason. But a lot of that shit was about like hunting and shit, like fighting warriors type shit. I'm into that type shit because I want to be one of those type. I think I was one of those type. Well, I know I'm prepared to be one of them. Just say that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure out the roles we got in this world.
Rundown of what's going on.
So the food is poison, the water is poison, your clothes is poison, gave us shoes so we could be stripped from touching Mother Earth, calcifying our pineal gland so we can't be in touch with our inner God, poison in the air, poison in the crops, taking people such as Rashad Jamal and locking them up, and we don't hear from them for however many months because they speaking the real shit. Seas trying to turn red. The Euphrates River done dried up, just like in the Bible when it tells you when we in the end times. They found one of the fallen angels under the ground, and he chained up and he roaring out of the ground. Dragons is coming back. Sightings of mermaids coming every which way. Earth being flat has actually came out. Space is water, not what we was taught. Truth about the Caucasian and when they came about and who they really are. Christopher Columbus was actually black, and white people didn't come about until 1681. China switched to digital currency back in May and ain't been able to touch their funds since May. Digital currency is coming here December. The implants and chip in the hand is coming in December. They changing the law in Illinois that you can kill, rape, and kidnap whoever you want and not get in trouble for it. Cash is going to cease to exist by the end of this year. They teaching our kids it's okay to talk to strangers. They teaching our kids to be gay so we can stop procreating. They make our artists talk about violence and ignorance so we can stay ignorant and keep killing each other, which is also why they changed that law in Illinois so people could fall for it and kill each other. They got y'all working thinking y'all making a lot of paper when the whole time you making a little crumb while they done got the whole 5 loaves of bread. So that's slavery. A McDonald's in Mississippi is being sued for putting actual people in baby flesh in their food. Floods is happening. Mud floods is happening. Earthquakes every which way. Mind you, all these events are back to back and not in a spreaded time frame. People that's in the industry that sold they soul shivering and shaking about to shit on theyself. When anytime any of us talk about some real stuff on TikTok, it get taken down eventually. Y'all won't be able to buy anything out of stores unless you got the chip in your hand or if you got digital currency. Vaccinations actually give you COVID and don't actually help you prevent from anything. They actually being sued for that. The nasal test for COVID actually gives you COVID as well. And it's also putting nanotechnology in your nose. Toilet paper has been discovered to have nanofibers in it, which has nanotechnology. So when you wipe your ass, you put nanotechnology up your ass if they need to control you. They kidnapping our people and kidnapping our kids, harvesting, eating us, drinking our blood and drinking our sweat. These is facts. They being sued for this shit right now. Finally, then came out that America is actually Egypt. Scientists have scientifically proven that melanated people are not from this earth. CIA and FBI files call us black extraterrestrials.
Yes, ma'am, it is true. Hey, I don't think it's either of the two for us. We're just trying to figure out what to do next, you know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm not necessarily saying that the whole Trump situation yesterday was staged, But if it happened to have been staged, I really wouldn't be surprised. And then somebody said to me, oh, there was innocents that, were taken and they would never do that. Have you ever heard of Tulsa, Oklahoma? Have you ever heard the term Black Wall Street? Well, you should look that up sometime. And then there's this song you should check out. You might know it. You dropped a bomb on me, baby. You dropped a bomb on me. Well, that's about Tulsa, Oklahoma and what happened. And you should check it out sometime, because that's just one instance of good old Uncle Sam putting innocent lives at risk.
All I really gotta say is they don't really care about it.
No, I don't need a microphone. I thank Kathy for this mentioning the Jones Act. I wrote the editorial that was published in the New York Times that created the awareness of the Jones Act, and then Trump very benevolently gave a 10-day reprieve on it 3 days later. And I appreciate you bringing that up, and I appreciate the map that you showed that showed the disparity of the huge gray behemoth of American contractors, and then that little thin slice, and the mention of Chuck Norris in terms of the mercenaries that are coming. There's a cognitive disconnect that concerns me here with respect to public-private partnerships. I'm going to give you an example. The largest highway in Puerto Rico, the Jose de Diego Expressway, is 51 miles from Atillo to Santurce. It covers San Juan. It became a public-private partnership under the tutelage of Luis Fortuño in 2011. It was originally negotiated as a 40-year lease, with Puerto Rico receiving 50% of the revenue. Then it was subsequently renegotiated in private with no public review. It is now a 50-year public-private partnership, and the revenue split was changed to 75-25, and the profits are now projected at $1.6 billion in profits. That is, additional toll money is going to be paid in profits to Goldman Sachs and Abertis. In the same week that was announced, Luis Fortuño was appointed as a member of the board of Abertis Corporation. So there is a concern when you have public-private partnerships that may look good on their face and may provide some immediate respite, and then they are subsequently renegotiated in private to the detriment of Puerto Rico. I'll give you another example of a concern that I have. PREPA now is on the chopping block. Between 2009 and 2013, precisely during the administration of Fortuño, who, by the way, inculcated more debt than any other governor in the history of Puerto Rico. $16.4 billion in debt during a $4 billion administration. $9 billion went to private contracts that we're not aware of. $1 billion which went to public relations. $400 million of which went into a gasoducto that was never made. $17 million of that went to his childhood friend Ray, who we still don't know where that money went for the gasoducto. I'm sure there's no controversy about this, right? My figures are correct? Okay, you can check them. By the way, you can look at Google. You can go Abertis Goldman Sachs War. You can do that right now, and you'll see the article that I'm referring to with respect to this Jose de Diego Expressway. Now, a concern that I have about PREPA is that between 2009 and 2013, 4 series AA bonds were issued, supposedly because Wall Street was concerned about subsidizing PREPA and helping it to run. The problem is that there's been a subsequent government study that shows that 83% of those monies weren't used for operating funds, construction, capital reconstruction, for purchasing the oil, even for the payment of the principal of antecedent debt. It was paid, those 4 in a row, which total over $4 billion, were used to pay interest on the preceding bonds. So this is a Ponzi scheme. This is really nakedly illegal. And this was done during the administration of Fortuño. Now, the concern I have, and this is my question, finally, in view of this cognitive dissonance that I'm hearing, where everyone here is saying, Wall Street's going to come, we're going to have public-private partnerships, and they're going to help Puerto Rico. Well, excuse me, but the concern is that they're not P3s, public-private partnerships, they're P5s, public-private partnerships for the plunder of Puerto Rico. And another concern is that there are parties in Puerto Rico. It's not the PPD and the PNP, it's the PLP, the party of lining their pockets. So in this context,
yes, sir.
Kathy, my question is, in this context, when will you explore the possibility of pushing hard with all your advocacy skills and accumulated political capital towards to the ending the Jones Act in Puerto Rico, allowing for a capital accretion in the island so that we don't have this hoard, because that's all the P3s are going to do. All the P3s are going to do are going to accelerate that disparity. So finally, those are FEMA contracts that will reflect, they will, here's my question. They will reflect what's going to happen. Puerto Rico will be divided by these P3s. And you can say that Puerto Rico will be independent. It won't be. It'll be owned by Wall Street under these P3s, under 50-year contracts. So therefore, what options do you have for Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico, you're the new slave. They try to make everybody the new slave nowadays. That's what they want, them chips in your hands or your foreheads, wherever you want them. Tattoo chips, all that shit. Can't eat none of it. I ain't talking about nachos, Doritos. I'm talking about some shit in your feet.
Welcome to Terror Dome. I'm your host, the friendly neighborhood baritone.
Oh, we've got their ass. We've got their ass now. So, if the sun is 1,000,000 miles away and the moon is also 1,000,000 miles away, then why is it that you can see the clouds in front and behind the sun and the moon? Now, I know this might be hard for some of you to believe, and some of you still don't understand. So we gotta show you in real time of what it looks like. That right there is the moon at daytime. That's somebody in a plane. Oh, we got them now. There is no mistaking that the moon and the sun is not 1,000,000 miles away.
Welcome to Terror Dome. I'm your host, the friendly neighborhood baritone. Vocals channel the spirits of old poets. I don't drink, my glass never will hold my wet. Similar to Paul Orange Dunbar, from the crew you thought was just all chorus and 1 star. Now I'm 1/6 of a clique that runs shit, while commercial counterparts are in constant conflict. I'm a lot of details.
An Indian guy from India was in Canada and he groped 30 people at a water park.
They're calling it a mass groping event. A man from India has been arrested after going on a mass groping spree at a family water park in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. The man is accused of sexually assaulting at least 12 people, some of whom were minors, but may have targeted more than 30. And then, more context to who was doing the groping, there was like fucking 12 of them, and they all looked guilty as fuck. And their excuse is they're allowed to do that in their country. And this guy comes with a group of 12 and just starts yoinking titties.
And then when you talk about this, or you point it out, or people know what's going on, the progressives, which are like blind on purpose, will say that it's a man issue. It's not like a migrant or a third worlder or cultures that aren't compatible with us. It's a man problem.
Sounds like somebody's doing some fuckery around there. That was some shit we did when we were kids. You know what I mean? Hey, you shouldn't get away with that now. That's some fuckery. Straight fuckery. I don't remember what video that was, man. I might play it again. Hold on. This what they trying to do. I don't know if it's true though.
All right, today we're going to look at apple seeds and apricot seeds and how they can cure you of cancer. Now, it's interesting because apricot seeds and apple seeds, they have cyanide in them.
This is allegedly.
What happens is the cancer cell says, hey, we would like to be taking part of that B17, and then they take that in, and then when that cancer cell takes the B17 in, takes the cyanide in also, and the cyanide kills the cancer cell. Pretty cool. G. Edward Griffith wrote a book called World Without Cancer, and he proved this. So if you want to be cured from cancer, permanently, don't go do chemo and radiation apricot seeds. Now it's cool because on a golf course where I work, we have these tournaments. We raise thousands and thousands of dollars for cancer awareness. I've told the guys in the maintenance crew for a long time, what we should do is this. Take that $200,000 and put apricot trees everywhere. Plant the apricot trees, and then you can get those kernels. They will heal you of cancer. I've known of people who've been cured from cancer just by eating apricot seeds. Now, back in the 1980s, they used to sell those seeds in health food stores next to the book written by G. Edward Griffith, World Without Cancer, and the government restricted that. The government in the United States has restricted the sale of apricot seeds because they can cure cancer. They don't like that. The oncologists, the pharmaceutical companies, they don't want that. They want you to take chemo radiation. So what you need to do is go get you some apricot seeds and be cured of your cancer. You got to order them. You can order them online. You can find them out of Canada. I think Our Father's Farm is the name of the group. And then the bitter ones, the ones that are most bitter, are the ones that bring the most healing to your body. Or here we are in the middle of summer. Once plums and apricots get in season, go buy a bunch of them. Get that pit in the middle. Open that pit up with either a hammer or some pliers, and then eat that kernel that's inside that pit, and it can cure you of your cancer. Don't eat the pit, but the kernel. Thanks.
Yeah, buddy. You get the oil. You on point. On point. But make sure you get some of that monochromatic gold, some of that colloidal silver, some of that colloidal copper. I mean, or you could just get one of the copper flasks. But you gotta make sure that you don't put anything acidic in the copper or hot water in the copper. You will get copper poisoning. I had to find that out the hard way. Don't drink nothing warm out of the copper piece. Technically, you're not even supposed to cook out of copperware. You can use copper heating ware, like where it's copper on the bottom, but stainless on top. You know what I mean? But don't use a copper pot. None of that shit. Straight copper poison. Fucking not cool, man. Not cool, man. Not cool. But I inform because you need that. You know what I'm saying? You need that. People need that information.
All right, today we're going to look at apples, apple seeds, and apricot seeds and how they can cure you.
Like I said, I got to check.
An Indian guy from India was in Canada, and he groped 30 people.
Photos that were taken today of Officer Sean P. Grayson, the cop from Springfield, Illinois, who was arrested for the murder of 36-year-old Sonia Massey. Now, if you don't know what this case is about, you can click on the comment and it'll take you back to a previous video. There's a comment on that one that'll take you back to the original one. But basically, she called 911 on July 6th because she thought there was a possible intruder. He and another cop went to the home and he ended up shooting her in the head. He has been charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and misconduct. Now, I posted this photo in an earlier video where you can see that he was arrested at 1:13 and released at 1:55, but I saw a report that he wasn't actually released. He may have been transferred to a different facility. And regarding the police body cam footage that was shown to the family today, they're going to release it to the public on Monday at around 10 a.m. Local news stations say that the family is going to give a press conference regarding the body cam footage sometime tomorrow. They were going to do one today after viewing it, but they were just too upset they couldn't even hardly speak. Again, her name was Sonia Massey. She was 36 years old. She was a mother, a daughter, a friend. She called the police because she was in fear, and they took her life.
And she was black. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even call the police. So my spouse better not ever call the police to my house. You know what I'm saying? Said, I don't care, motherfucking, we being robbed and shot at, man. Fuck, we gonna deal with that shit in our own way. You know what I'm saying? God got us. Fuck the police. They don't fucking got our interests at heart. Obviously. Trying to kill us from the damn get. You know what I mean? Shit.
Usually when we say an officer murdered a black person for no reason, there's still an argument involved. The person maybe was under arrest, did something. In this case, Sonia Massey did absolutely nothing. She was a 100% victim. It's black and white. She called the police. She thought an intruder was in her home. The police came to make sure she was safe. They were clearing the house. One officer's in the living room, invisible side of her, she's in the kitchen. He says that pot of water is boiling on the stove. She said, oh, I'm sorry. She grabs it, put it on the counter immediately. He then reaches for his firearm. Although there's a taser on his chest, he grabs his firearm, he points it at her, and comes into the kitchen, closer to her. She has her hands in the air, and she says, I'm sorry. She's still apologizing, although she did nothing wrong. He fires 3 shots at her, and then turns on his body cam. The other officer comes in and says he's going to go grab his first aid kit and start administering life-saving measures. He tells the officer, don't bother. The officer goes anyways, comes back, administers life-saving measures. He watches. He was then allowed to go home and have dinner with his family. It took 10 days of protest before he was arrested, and then he was only in custody less than 45 minutes. He has been transferred or hired at over 6 different departments in the last 4 years. Why would you need to be at 6 different police departments in the last 4 years? What are you doing at each one that you're getting fired? Yet his certification has not been revoked. He's still allowed to be a police officer. Until what? One of us is gone. Or how many of us is gone? We don't even know. He absolutely took her out for no reason. In my opinion, this can't be the first time. Her family will never understand why. There's no why. Why? Because he wanted to. Because he could. I hope he rots in prison.
R.I.P. Now, I ain't trying to incite no riot and none of that shit. I'm just saying, I think the system's already against us and they trying to take us out. You know what I'm saying? The worst comes to worst, make sure you put your best foot first. You know what I'm saying?
Come together right now over me.
Pythagoras was the son of Nessa Teresa, who was a gem engraver. So he basically stole crystals and engraved them. All right. Modern scholars disagree regarding Pythagoras' education and influences, but they do agree that around 530 BC, he traveled to Croton in southern Italy, where he founded a school in which initiates were sworn to secrecy and lived a communal, ascetic lifestyle. Okay? So for those of you who don't know what ascetic is, I got you. I'll click on it. This is how you research something. Don't just jump over words when you look shit up. Dive into the words you might not be familiar with. All right? So what is asceticism? All right? Asceticism is the lifestyle characterized by abstinence from sensual pleasures, often for the purpose of pursuing greater spiritual goals. All right? Ascetics may withdraw from the world for their practices or continue to be part of their society, but typically adopt a frugal lifestyle, characterized by the renunciation of material possessions and physical pleasures. And they also spend time fasting while concentrating on the practices of religion or reflecting upon spiritual matters. Various individuals have also attempted an ascetic lifestyle to free themselves from addictions, some of them particular to modern life, such as alcohol, tobacco, drugs, entertainment, sex, food, etc., etc., etc. All right? Asceticism has been historically observed in many religious traditions, including Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and Pythagoreanism, and contemporary practices continue among some religious followers to this day.
I would hope a lot of us follow that same teaching, because that's the only way you're going to understand life nowadays. You know what I mean?
I'm finna show you what the power of life and death in your tongue means. Pay attention, gang. I need y'all to take notes.
I am really shocked that we don't even learn this in school. This is some next level stuff, and it was verified to be true. Dr. Masaru Emoto, and what he discovered was, you know, when you speak to the water and you say certain things like, I love you, or, you know, you're my friend.
Or beautiful.
Yeah,
Even,
beautiful,
yeah.
Angel. It could be simple, just like
words.
angel, happiness, peace. When you say these positive words to the water and then you freeze it, it makes beautiful shapes.
Most of the time they're symmetrical. They look like
you Google images. They have photos of this.
They look like snowflakes, like beautiful symmetrical snowflakes.
Now, when you say mean, nasty words to the water, and then they freeze the water, it would make ugly,
asymmetrical
repulsive shapes.
Asymmetrical.
Yeah, like cracks and looks like damage.
Bubbles.
And he basically proved that, like, your consciousness and your will combined with the intention behind your words affects reality. It's like the concept that, like, your words are magic.
Alright, back. Just time to. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. Yeah, and that was the last one I got for tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank y'all for coming through. You know what we say.
People love dumb people, and geniuses try to find people that are on their mental platitude.
And I like to thank y'all for coming and rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we family here, and I care about y'all. That's why I bring you the good information. I want y'all to obtain this stuff, retain this stuff, sustain this stuff, and maintain this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That way you can maintain your stuff. Otherwise, life gonna be tough, and that's not good. It's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna end it with Uncle Charles.
Friends are some of the fakest people you ever have in your life. Because friends will never allow you to just be yourself. Oh, man, nigga, you sound like you're getting weak. Oh, man, you sound like you get... They ain't gonna let you say, man, I'm hurt right now, homie. I feel like hurt. They gonna go tell somebody, man, nigga talking about killing himself. So, friends don't check on nobody. Family go check on your family. Because friends have to fake with one another. Friends have to be fake in order for us to be real friends. I can't tell you, nigga, you wrong when you wrong.
I felt that! My bad. That shit hit me. That shit hit me, man. That shit touched me on another level.
Homie, friends don't let each other be who they really want to be, my nigga. I got to be who you want me to be so we can remain friends. If I tell you I don't like this, I don't want to kick that nigga, I don't want to rob that nigga, and we from the same hood, but we friends. I can't go against my friend because my friend gonna quit me. So if I'm really your friend, I can tell you no. I can tell you I don't like this. I don't want to do this. Say, homie, I'm on the phone with my girl. Can you cut this down? And you don't say, oh, man, nigga caking on the phone. My friend understand this is my girl. So when he heard me talking to my girl, he cut the music down without shaming me. Friends wake up every day to shame one another. Why do you want me to believe when you call me, homie, and we Jones and high side? What friends do with each other. But man, my family ain't gonna do this.
Ancestors, I honor you. Thank you for all of your love and support. Thank you for always listening to me. I honor your resilience and your sacrifices. Without these sacrifices, future generations would not be here, including me. I carry you in my DNA. You knew me before I knew myself. It is because of you I am who I am today. I know your prayers are still protecting me. Thank you, ancestors. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. See you on the next day. Peace.